parents sold my $30.0 rupees birthday gift car to fund my sister's princess life. Jake, a 3-year-old guy, had always felt like the unwanted kid in his own family. His parents, Linda and Mark, openly favored his younger sister, Emily, who received all the love, encouragement, gifts, and attention. Jake, on the other hand, could bring home trophies or perfect grades and still only get a dismissive, "That's nice." While Emily lived like a princess, new clothes, gadgets, and endless support, Jake had to start working right after high school just to take care of himself. The only person who ever truly believed in Jake was his grandfather, Richard. When Richard moved to Portugal, he promised to keep supporting the family financially. He regularly sent money, making it clear he wanted Jake to use it for his education and opportunities. But instead of passing it on, Jake's parents used the cash to spoil Emily and fund their lifestyle. Jake had no idea he just assumed his grandfather's money was for the household in general. Years passed, and Jake continued to work at a mall job while his family treated him like second best. On his 24th birthday, Richard came back to town to surprise him with a fancy dinner. During that meal, he casually asked Jake about the car he had sent him the year before. Jake was stunned he never got a car. That's when the ugly truth spilled out. His parents had secretly sold the car, worth over $30,000, and pocketed all the money. Worse, Richard revealed he had been sending Jake a monthly allowance for 3 years, money Jake never saw. In total, his parents and Emily had stolen the equivalent of more than $50,000 from him. Richard was furious. Right there in the restaurant, he told Jake to pack his bags and come live with him in Portugal. Jake didn't hesitate. For the first time in his life, he chose to walk away from the people who had humiliated and robbed him. Life with Richard was like night and day. Jake got a fresh start, living in a beautiful home, working at Richard's consulting firm, and finally being treated with respect. Within a year, he was thriving, making good money, and even falling in love with a coworker, Sophia. For once, he had a real family, people who supported and valued him. Meanwhile, back in Brazil, his parents' cushy life collapsed. With Richard cutting off their financial lifeline, they ended up broke, evicted, and forced into low-paying jobs. Emily had to work for the first time in her life, which was its kind of downfall. They begged Jake for help, but he refused. He reminded them of how they had treated him, how they abandoned and mocked him for years. Even when Emily later got sick, Jake stayed firm. To him, family wasn't about blood, it was about love, respect, and support. His parents and sister had never given him that, so he owed them nothing. By 28, Jake had built a fulfilling life with Sophia and Richard. Looking back, he felt no guilt. His parents reaped exactly what they had sown: loneliness, poverty, and regret. Jake learned the hardest but most important lesson. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is walk away from toxic relatives. Real family is chosen, not forced.